Hello everyone. Hello everyone, nice to meet you all. My name is Florence and I'm from Microsoft Education. So today I'm going to introduce you Microsoft Teams and hopefully you can make use of Teams in your hackathon for your collaboration and communication. So Teams is actually a place which brings everyone and everything connected and it makes things more organized and easier. So for example, Teams can be used for teaching and learning and coordination between staff and students, doing researches and student community building, etc. So this is how a Teams looks like. So later on, I will demonstrate different features in Teams with you. But basically, you can use Teams for chat, call, and virtual meetings. And also you can integrate different O365 apps in Teams. Let's say you want to upload a Word document in your Teams group and invite your group mates to co-edit with you together. And Teams is also customizable and extensible. You can add different third-party app solution in your Teams group. How can we use Teams? For example, I'm using a desktop Teams applications to do my workshop. So you can also download a Teams app in your desktop, like in your Windows PC or even MacBook or other PC. And I can tell you that using desktop application gives you the best experience of Teams. For example, you can only use desktop app to organize a breakout room, which I will show you later on. But for convenience, you are also welcome to download the mobile app. For example, you can use your mobile to join Teams meeting or send messages, reply messages, and have some posts in your Teams group. And if you do not wish to download the desktop app to your PC, you can also stay on the web version. So we support different browsers like Edge and Chrome. So without further ado, let's do a demonstration to help you understand the experience of using Teams. So now I will switch my my desktop to a Teams environment to show you different features in Teams. So as you can see now, we are in a Teams. So this is how a Teams look like. So first, I would like to go over the very simple feature, which is chat. So it is a place where you can communicate with your groupmates. So it is like an instant messenger function where you can send a reply message to your groupmates. So you can search your groupmates here. For example, your groupmates' name is Ella Taylor or Carol Coleman. So you can search the name and type some messages to have an instant chat function in Teams. Okay. So if you would like to do a group chat, so you can see in the top right hand corner, you can add different names. So you can form a group chat here. And also you can have a quick audio call and a video call within the chat functions. So I think it seems it's quite straightforward and you can explore the Teams features here. So let's go get started to the Teams group. So here is the Teams group and we can start by join or create a Teams group where you and your teammates can communicate and collaborate. So in the top right hand corner, you can see the button join or create team. So you click here and you can see two tiles. The first one is create a team. So you can create your own team by, I recommend you to choose the class team and you name your group and description and click next. You can add your teammates in your own new team. Or if you're invited to join the team, you can enter the team code here and I will show you where to generate the team's code later on. So let's go back. So as you can see here, each tile represents a group that you are currently enrolled in. So let's click one of them. For example, I want to explore the physical science team, so let's click into it. So this is my physical science team script, and of course you can name your hackathon group like hackathon group 1, or you can have your own hackathon group name. You can name your team script here. And to manage your team script, for example, I would like to add some members or add some tutors or teachers in your hackathon group. You can manage your group here. So for example, in this physical science group, there are totally 6 owners and 12 members. So owners and members have different rights in the teams. So you can click add member here and then type the user, the account or the email address. So here's where you can add your members. And to tell you where to generate the Teams code, you can go to settings and here, Teams code. So here is the team code where you can share it to your teammates so that they can simply enter the team code to enter the team script. Okay, so you can reset it or you can copy it to share it to your teammates. And here you can pick your theme or manage your member permission, etc. So here is where you can manage your team script. So I go back. To general. So here is the main page of your team script. So here we call it as a post tab. So in the post tab, you can read messages and announcements from your different group mates, tutors, and you can view some files and link or some add some new tabs, and you can get notification in the post tab. You can also interact with each other and reply to the discussion post. You can like a message, ask questions, create a new conversation, create a eye-catching announcement here. So you can do whatever, post whatever thing you like in the post tab. So all of the members in your Teams group will be able to see the post tab here and to reply your post, joining your discussion in the post tab. So this is the first tab. And the second one is the file tab, which is the place where you can upload your files, so all of your group mates within this group will be able to open your files and collaborate the document with you. So for example, you can open one of the documents. For example, open this Word document where you just upload from your local drive or your OneDrive. So here's the document. So you can type things here. You do not need to open another web application. You can just simply do your work in your Teams group, and you can click conversation to have a group chat, have a chat about the document with your group mates, and you can give some little comments to them. And so your group mates, for example, my name is Bruno here, and my group mate is called Ella. So Ella will be able to co-edit this document with you at the same time. So you both will be able to see the changes at this at a very quick time. So this is how you collaborate. For example, your hackathon proposal, your hackathon report, you can all make use of the team script and upload your stuff and invite your group mates to collaborate and co-edit with you. Okay, and of course you can download the document or open it in browser. So in the Files tab, not only you can upload the Word document, you can, for example, upload some PDF, PowerPoint, images, etc., and to create a folder. To create a folder for example, different section or different people's folder, you can organize it in a better way. So here's Post and Files tab, and I would like to go over to meeting functions. So in the very left-hand side, you can see calendar here. So whenever we are doing some project remotely, you can invite your group mate or mentors to join your meetings or some presentation, preparation, project discussion, etc. So you can go to the calendar to select your meeting, or if you like to initiate a meeting, you can simply click Meet Now, and or to click a new meeting here. Okay, you can schedule a meeting and invite your group mates to join it. So for example, my groupmate or I have already scheduled a meeting today 9 p.m. So you can just click this and join. And of course, you can choose to turn on your camera and mute your mic. But I just simply click join now to show you the experience of having a basic meeting. So you can click join now. And here is how the Teams meeting look like. You can turn on camera, unmute your mic, share your document. For example, I'm now sharing my PowerPoint, sharing my screen. You can just also do this to share your stuff to your group mates. And here are more settings. If you would like to do recording of your meeting, you can click start recording, and you can jot some meeting notes here. And whenever you have many questions and you do not want to disturb the presenters, you can simply click raise hand, or to type your questions or comments in the conversation box. And this button shows how many participants are attending the meeting. So you can click a share invite to copy the meeting link and share it to others, and you can download the attendance list if you are the meeting organizer. And here you can also manage some permission. Okay, so here is the basic meeting features. And now I'm going to switch my desktop again to a desktop app version. So you can see here is the web version. Here's the web version of Teams, which includes some basic fundamental features of a Teams meeting. But as I just mentioned in the introduction part, desktop app will give you the best experience of a Teams meeting. So now I'm going to hang up this meeting and to switch my desktop to a desktop version of Teams to show you a better experience and to show you how to create a meeting with breakout room and more features like whiteboard to foster your project discussion. So let me share my screen. Okay, here. So for example, I would love to create a meeting in the desktop app. So you can see the top right hand corner, you can see the button Meet Now or a new meeting. So you can just click create a new meeting, and you can like this. I name my meeting as project meeting, and I would like to invite my group mate called Kara and Ella. I simply type the email address, or you can type the name. Invite Kara, and I would like to invite Ella. So after you invite all the participants you would love to invite, so you select a time, and you can add a channel. Here channel means the Teams group name, and here you can type some details of your meetings. So after you have finished all the setting, you can click send at the top right hand corner. Okay, so you can see I've just scheduled a meeting today at 11:30. At 11:30. Okay, so you click. You can double click to reconfirm that, and So you can see after I've clicked the meeting. So before I join the meeting, I would love to show you more settings here. So here's the meeting link, and in the very top tier, you can see more function here. For example, whiteboard. I will show you how to create a whiteboard and to do some collaboration later on. And here's the breakout rooms that I would love to remind you. You can actually pre-assign your participants, your groupmates, into different breakout rooms. So I click here, breakout rooms, and now since it is just a simple demonstration, I can just select how many rooms do you need. For example, you need 1 room, you need 2 rooms, and I click add 2 rooms, and I just simply add Ella and Kara into different breakout rooms, just to show you how to pre-assign my group mates into different rooms. But of course, if you have if your group there are many group members, you can for example 5 to 6 members, you can assign them into separate rooms. Okay, so now I'm going to assign the 2 participants into different rooms. So you can click automatically or manually. So now I go for it manually. So click, for example, Kara. I'm going to put her into room 1 and put Ella into room 2. So that is how we pre-assign the participants in the breakout room. So before the Teams meeting, all settings are done. So you click assign. So remember, only the meeting organizer will be able to do these settings. Okay. So you can double check if the participants are pre-assigned in the correct room. So after you have finished the setting, you can go to join. In the top right hand corner, you can click join. So you can here you can turn on your camera, you can turn on your microphone. So and here you can choose your background filter, just like how I choose my virtual background. Okay, so click join now. Okay, so I go back to my meeting first. So here is how you can pre-create the breakout room. So sorry, I'm not be able to demonstrate the whole breakout room experience because these are there are 2 meetings concurrently. Okay. So let me share my screen again. So you can click the join meeting button. So let me share my screen again. So here, just I go back here. It's just how you create a Teams breakout room meeting. And here's the whiteboard. So whiteboard is another place for the group to do an engagement, brainstorm, give some creative idea, and provide some limitless space for students to spark their creativity. For example, this is the whiteboard in the project meeting. And of course, when you are having a Teams meeting, you are welcome to add a whiteboard here. Okay, so you can draw something here. So you and your teammates within the same Teams group can co-edit in the whiteboard. And apart from some drawing, you can contribute some notes. You can put some notes here. You can add some text. You can type things here. You can draw things. You can have some template, upload some images, some documents, give some reactions to your gridmates, etc. This helps you to brainstorm with your gridmates and be inspired in the real time. So whiteboard actually gives you an entire new space for you to do some brainstorming. And later on, I'm going to share you some samples on how other students are using whiteboard for their brainstorming and collaboration. Okay. So this whiteboard sticks to the project meeting. So let me go back to the demo account first. So here, just go back to my Bruno's administration account. So after showing you the breakout room, just go back to Teams. As I just mentioned about whiteboard, just now I demonstrate how you can have whiteboard for collaboration during a Teams meeting. But if you do not want the whiteboard sticks to the Teams meeting, you can simply click this add-on and search whiteboard. So you can click this whiteboard tab so it sticks to your Teams script instead of the Teams meeting. Okay. So after post files and calendar to join the meeting, I'm going to introduce you another useful function, which is the class notebook. This one. So here is the class notebook where you and your group-mates can jot notes together. Allow you to have a private space to take notes and an unlimited canvas, as you can see, the canvas where you can create with ink, text, and multimedia. So here is the collaboration space. For example, you can add some pages in the collaboration space so different people within a Teams group can collaborate together. Apart from typing things, you can also draw some things. You can insert things. For example, you can insert files, tables, pictures, a link, etc., and audio, etc. You can upload different media into your class notebook. So here is where the collaboration space works. And for content library, it is only allow teachers to edit. So for students, it is a read-only files type. So I recommend if you are in a project discussion, you can make use of the collaboration space where all students, all group members are able to do some editing or type something in the collaboration space. And here you can see different names which represent my group mates in the physical science team. So if because I'm in a teacher role, I'm able to read all of my students' class notebook. But if you are a student role, if you are just a member role, you will only be able to view your part. So if you are Adele Vance, you will be only to view your Adele Vance notebook. You will not be able to see Fracturation, Weber, or Cosat's notebook. Okay. just because I'm teacher, I'm able to view different people's notebook. But here, if you're a student or a member role, you only see your part. So here is your private notebook, and other group mates or students will not be able to click into your private notebook. So if you're doing projects or collaborations, you can make use of the collaboration space. So here, where you can draw things here, you can add some new pages here. So here is how a class notebook works. So you can enlarge it by clicking the top right hand side to expand or collapse the tab. You can also open the desktop app or open in browser. Okay. So here are some customized page. For example, if you always use a certain website, for example, you would use some dictionary or encyclopedia, you can click the add button here and to add a website here. You can add the website here, so it will be pinned at this top tab. So it will be convenient for you to add some useful website or to add some forms for Excel, PDF, PowerPoint, which your hackathon team script would be always need to access the files. And also, as I mentioned, Teams is very customizable and extensible, where you can add some third-party app solutions. So I'm not sure if you are very familiar with different third-party apps, but you're welcome to explore different apps with different functions. So you can explore it here by clicking the Add button. Okay. So apart from the general channel, you can see in my physical science team script, there are an oceans unit, astronomy unit, physics unit, group A and group B, and what's that? And it's actually a channel. You can add some channel here. So general is one of the important channel, which include posts, files, and class notebook, and etc. But if these are other channel, you're welcome to add more channel. You can welcome to add more channel. For example, this is for section 1, or this is for a channel for project meeting, another channel for project discussion, and third channel for a group report, etc. So you can add different channels to make your things more organized and to access your files easier. So okay, I can go over, for example, different channels. You can put different things. You can have some announcement, put some discussion with your website, and you can see a lot of discussions going on with some media MP4 files. So here is some channel where you can add, and of course you can upload some files into different channels. And here's the notebook. But it is relatively different from the class notebook, which I just showed you in the general channel. It's just simply a OneNote notebook. Okay, so you can start collaborating. But if you would like to do some collaborative work, I recommend you to go to the general channel and make use of the class notebook. Okay, so here is how a Teams group looks like. And I can go through some, for example, calls. This is the place where you can call your group mates. So within the same school, of course. And files tab. And files tab here you can have a more organized hub, more organized place where you can find all your files. If you are currently enrolled in different groups, you have many different groups, and you have difficulty in searching different files in different groups, then you can go to this files tab and to click and find your files. So it shows you the location. For example, the notebook is from physical science group, and I have some Amazon rainforest Word document, which is from my other group, which is called Language Arts. So we have different Teams group, and different documents, and you can easily search your files here. And you can go to your OneDrive to fetch some document or to download some document within Teams. Okay. So here's the quick demonstration on the Teams script. And I'm now going back to my PowerPoint, which I wanted to share you some final tips or some sample of how we can leverage Teams for collaboration and communication. So let me go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, here. So I only have few slides left. So just now I've shown you some demonstration on chat and how to create a joint group, how to create a meeting, and lastly, I would love to share some tools for project discussion, which is our whiteboard. So basically, in a hackathon scenario, I can think of some simple ideas on how we can leverage Teams. For example, we can have a very visually engaging meetings. So here is some samples on how, for example, other students having Teams meeting and to have some project discussion or hackathon discussion. You can see some of the students turn on the camera and unmute the mic. And here is actually a Teams meeting with a whiteboard. If they just open the whiteboard here and they can type different words, upload some pictures and put some notes, some text. They can even draw some algebra or formula here. So it is a very beautiful and engaging content which can hold the attention of your group mates, and you can do some annotation on top of the materials to emphasize like your point or any creative ideas during the discussion. So it makes your group mates more focused and attentive. Okay. And here you can see some mind map in the Teams breakout room. Just now I showed you how to assign and create a Teams breakout room and with whiteboard. So now they are together using a breakout room and whiteboard. So in different breakout room, you can create your own whiteboard and to add your own idea, own work in the whiteboard. And after the meeting, you can continuously work on the whiteboard. So do not have to worry, for example, after I end the meeting, will all the content in the whiteboard lost? No, you can simply go back to the meeting chat and click the whiteboard tab. So you can go back to the whiteboard and continuously draw things or stick some notes in the whiteboard and to continue your thinking after you have ended the meeting. Okay, you can do some supplement, for example, for the next project meeting. So here's the first example on how we can collaborate at different times. For example, the whiteboard states in different progress for report, for project discussion, for brainstorm, etc. Actually, the whiteboard tab can save, so you can come back and track your achievement and to see whether your group mates have have entered or typed different things here. And if your hackathon group have teachers or mentors, they can also share some notes or some feedback or give you some thoughts and feelings in the whiteboard. So you do not have to spend time to create another meeting. Teachers or mentors can also give you some comment on the whiteboard or in the meeting notes to give you a more flexible and inclusive discussion environment, which the thoughts can just be written down on the whiteboard, which are not constrained by any meeting times. And lastly, if you are prepared for the final hackathon presentation, I recommend you to use the whiteboard or the Teams meeting notes for some study and review. If you would like to join mind map or some final notes on the whiteboard, you can simply reuse the class note while taking in the whiteboard or the meeting notes. So it helps you to improve your memory, some annotation, text box, stickies and images. It helps you to remember some concepts, and it might be useful for your final hackathon presentation to memorize all the knowledge. So to go over again, I would like to go to add some supplement on the whiteboard stuff. Thanks. So here's where you can add the whiteboard. So let me demonstrate. You can click this add tape. You can type whiteboard here. So I can demonstrate like how you can have your whiteboard in a meeting, or you can add it in your Teams app. So you can name it. So after you have created whiteboard, it gives you some notification in the channel about this tab. So whenever you have added any tabs, it will post a notification to the channel. So you can click here. You will love everyone can add it. And you can expand the tape. So here you can name your whiteboard like hackathon whiteboard, and you can do the similar things with what I've just shown you on the whiteboard in Teams meeting. Okay, you can add notes, text, shapes, a reaction. So all of your groupmates will be able to collaborate with you, and you can after you have done the first phase of your project brainstorming, you can export the image as a PNG format to save it as a image files. And you can do some setting here, for example, to format the background, and whether you want other participants can add it. You can put different things here. You can upload some document or templates. So here are some templates which are quite good for your hackathons. For example, have some table, brainstorming table, problem solving grid, which might be useful when you're brainstorming some ideas for your hackathon, and design for and research. You have different journey map or affinity diagram, project planning for you to plan ahead the timeline of your project. And lastly, it is for learning. So for you to do some mind map, to brainstorm idea, to grow some ideas, or to have a better planning. So there are different templates which are quite useful for your hackathon. So you can go over the template and see if they're useful for your hackathon project discussion. And of course, images and shapes. You can draw some shapes here, some arrow or oval, which you can add some shapes to make your groupmates be more attentive on some main points. So here's how you create a whiteboard. So I definitely recommend you to have a Teams meeting and a whiteboard to brainstorm your ideas. Okay. So this is the end of the workshop, and hopefully you can have a better understanding on experience on using Teams, and good luck to your hackathon. Thank you. Bye-bye.